Ele tá tentando fazer brute force na cara dura.
Vou botar aqui um agora. É inacreditável, vou botar aqui.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? Okay, first up. Okay, this works. It's a great front view. The next image is... This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well. Next up is...
Acho que não vai.
We only need one good shot of the lettering. The next image is... You already took a good one of the side lettering.
Front, right, front. Acho que é um pouco. É porque tem que bater um pouco mais de frente.
Takes them out. Massive
Fica
firepower.
assim já pega.
It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means.
Good.
Já bota aí pra ver se.
Black market trade in weapons
Se
with
for.
plutonium.
Looks like I have your photos now. Let's take...
Left.
Que pior que eu acho que não vai dar tempo essa porra. Ele tem que fugir.
Nuclear weapons since late last century. Add Metal Gear to the mix, the result is the renewed proliferation you see the world over. We once lived in the shadow of the Doomsday Machine. This Metal Gear ray can bring other Metal Gears under control. And ensure that we never know that fear again. We, the Marines, will be the guardians of this peace.
Se não for, tecnicamente tem isso.
This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our ray has a sting that nature never gave the Manta. With this latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea and land as we never have before. It is an undeniable fact that there is a force at work in our government and within the
Caralho, vai,
military.
vai. Ah, foda o tempo. Né?
Okay, I'm receiving the images. The first image is... You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot. Okay, now...
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into the new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Ah, não tem tempo de fugir, tá safe.
É o Ocelot.
É seu amor de pau.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. End of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
Revolver Ocelot. Os caras, em vez de metralhar ele aí, né, mano?
What do you want?
Tá ficando
This
negociando.
machine
What
will
do
be
you
quite
want?
useful.
Ai,
What are you
adieu,
planning to
darling.
do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back.
Shalashaska.
Caraca, achei que era no Snake.
Gerlukovich.
Pai da Olga.
Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly.
Cara. Tô foda.
We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a
Wow.
point to this sad story?
None you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo. How's
Lale
that
Lule Lo?
possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Gerlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia
Lale
can
Lule
rot
Lo.
for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Gerlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Ele não vai meter um tiro em todos os soldados.
Stop!
O cara é muito foda, o Ocelot.
Ali do dedo.
Ele tá com duas mãos agora?
É um é de. Eu não sei se é de metal ou se é de. De postiça, tá vendo?
Sergei,
acontecer aqui?
Looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Os caras, em vez de atirar nele enquanto ele tá recarregando.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Cara.
Ocelot!
Isso é um real.
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
Yes.
É o pior que esse negócio aí é uma maluca estátua.
Então o Ocelot injetou o braço do Liquid nele, agora ele é dois caras.
Ele é maluco.
Agora ele é o revólver Ocelot Liquid. Liquid revólver Ocelot. Liquid Ocelot. carinha dele. Esse bagulho nada. Deve nadar. Metal Gear Ray.
We have a problem.
Ele usa a mesma tecnologia do Metal Gear Rex pro laser.
O que foi feito com as info que saiu do Rex? Esse aí foi feito pela Marina, não foi feito pelo Dr. Petrovich, nem pelo Rio, então não é, acho que não é superior em questão de tecnologias novas. Assim. Acho que tirando o Serralantropos, né, esse é um dos Metal Gear mais violentos.
Mas da hora, né, maluco?
Ah, mas é foda, olha esse bicho aqui, velho. Não dá nada, só tá raiva.
Quando vai ter o Metal Gear voador?
Não sei.
Yes, at the location we discussed.
É o Heavy, a cara do Heavy.
I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's newsflash.
Não sei se tem
I would
Metal
say
Gear
the
que
Marine
voa na
Corps'
real.
plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Nem voa.
Perderam a oportunidade de fazer um Metal Gear aéreo com stealth camuflagem.
Aí ia ser difícil, né? Bater essa porra. Save? Pelo menos esse aí tem como salvar. É
Imagina,
pior que sabendo já a história dessas porra é engraçado. Essas coisas assim. É meio bizarro esse jogo.
Metal Gear voador com stealth camuflagem com um raio lá do Metal Gear Rex. Eita, peraí. Legal.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shell. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time. But in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be
Quem está
involved.
falando
It's a
não é o
highly
Snake
trained
que
group and
você
they have the big
conhece.
shell under complete control.
Sim, esse jogo é uma maluquice.
Pior que não parece a voz dele, tá mais fina. Parece o coronel falando, né?
Ah, mas ao mesmo tempo, tá acontecendo o seu colo nessa, é engraçado. Né? O 80 lá ia ser muito fã.
Safeguard the president. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
Porque Snake é o codinome mais merda, né? Basicamente. É o primeiro codinome da Fox.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the Big Shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have two mission objectives. One, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And two, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functional.
Roy Campbell
I won't
for
have to
the
use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
Coronel.
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone
Colonoscopia.
else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden.
Bravo.
All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
Literalmente o começo do Metal Gear 1.
Your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military R&D. Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a feedback system.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
Isso aí.
Inclusive tem um bagulho nesse. Tipo, faz sentido. O Roy, quando ele tomou o lugar do Big Boss, ele trocou o nome de todos os codinomes de todo mundo, porque ele não gostava dos codinomes animais. Né? Isso aí também é tipo uma referência, porque o nome dele era. O codinome tava Snake, ele troca por causa disso. Né? E quem dava o nome era o Big Boss, enquanto ele era o comandante da Foxhound. Inclusive a gameplay com ele é muito massa. Né? E ele é o protagonista do jogo, tá? Só pra te deixar claro lá que o resto do jogo é isso aí. Esse jogo é uma maluquice.
O Raiden é o protagonista pelo resto do jogo agora.
É, ele é o protagonista do 2. Aquilo ali era tipo epílogo só, tá? No prólogo.
É sério? Que da hora.
Aí começa com o quê? Com nada. Que isso mesmo que eu não entendi? Como é que é esse bagulho? Nem lembro isso aí. Ah,
Basicamente,
tá.
sensor.
É um radar pra quando não tem radar, então seria.
Got your feet wet? These are the basic controls for swimming. Stroke the water and move forward by pushing the punch button. Push it in rapid succession to swim faster. Change your heading with the left analog stick. Up will take you up. Down takes you lower. Left and right to face those directions. The O2 gauge will appear under your life gauge while you're underwater. The gauge corresponds to the amount of air you can hold from a single deep breath. Once the O2 gauge falls to 0, the life gauge will start to drop. You need to be aware of that.
É bizarro isso, porque... Caraca. O prólogo do jogo foi gigantesco, velho. Então basicamente depois que o Snake saiu da Foxhound, o Raiden entrou no lugar.
É.
O Solid, no caso. Vou ter que usar os codinomes reais, porque todo mundo é Snake. A gente tem a Mei Ling aqui. Não, liguei pra ele sem querer. Caraca, é um bagulho alterado geneticamente, foda-se.
Cara. Pô, mas né, isso aí é muito mentira, velho. Acabou de acontecer, já mudou geneticamente a porra dos bisões, é foda. O bagulho era potente, velho. É tipo Chernobyl 3, velho.
Ô, potência.
Por que é massa a gameplay com ele? As paradas.
Muda alguma coisa?
Ah, tipo, o que ele pega armas diferentes, tá ligado?
Raiden, that door is watertight.
Yeah, I know how to open it. We covered it in VR training.
True. Proceed with caution.
Então ele nunca fez uma missão real. Essa é a primeira missão real dele. Todas as missões dele foi de VR.
Pior que eu acho que sim.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Grlukovich man.
Grlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They've become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Eu tava achando que a gente jogar o jogo com um Solid até o final.
Só é protagonista até o 1, né? E depois ele volta só depois do 3. No 3 ano passado não tem como ele não.
Agora eu fico pensando. Não tem.
Eu acho que tem missões também com. Tipo, não missões assim, mas acho que ele era soldado antes, tá
Colonel,
ligado?
there's definitely another
Só
intruder
não
in
tem
here
missão de
besides me.
infiltração. Né?
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh,
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high, should be colored blue. Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters their required user ID information during the weapon registration or at the start of a mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
Que pica, velho.
Até a Araciona ali em cima. Na esquerda.
Esquerda. Verdade. Tô louco.
Oh, oh. Vai longe.